Okay, the way to take care of Helios is first thing is similar to Orin's cage. You unlock it by doing this, so a down motion, and then you can open the doors. On the right here, there'll be his food, and right now I just made him new one, but
it's okay.
You'll take this powder, which is on the right of his container, the right of his enclosure. It has this on it. It's his formulated diet that they live off of. And then you'll take this cup, you'll rinse it out, and you'll...
Can you rinse it out with tap water?
Yeah, tap water's fine. Rinse it in the sink. And then come back and make him a new formulated diet. It's 1 part of this powder. So you would take the same cup, so you would reuse it. I just have extras. You put like that much powder in it.
Okay.
And then eyeball it for about 2, I'll just make him a tiny bit. So like this.
What water do you use for it?
Use the water right to the right of his cage.
Okay.
So then I take this, and I use the sprayer because sometimes it just comes out too fast if you just pour it. And I just like spray it in here 3 times it is. Then I'll take a popsicle stick, which was also to the right of his cage, and you stir it in. And this is still pretty like mushy. It's not super like smooth. After a couple minutes it will like thicken up, but
because there's this
still
stuff
kind of
in his cage. Is it okay if I show it? Like, okay, so it's like really, it looks like peanut butter.
Kinda, yeah.
Kinda.
It looks like very smooth peanut butter, so you kind of have to be like smooth peanut butter, so like he'll be able to lap it up and it's not chunky. It has, I mean, you'll notice some orange spots, which are like carrots, but and this is a really small batch, but it's pretty. It's even still chunky, so you want to add a little bit more water. Yeah, there we go. And then, so it kind of like drips off of it. And if you add a little bit too much water, I like to take the other end of the popsicle stick, and then I'll take this and I'll just put the end in and grab like just a tiny bit on the top of it and put it in, because even that little amount can thicken it up a lot. So then you'll mix it, make sure it's really mixed in. It's not like still any kind of powder is still on it. And then I'll wipe it off. And then what I would do is, if this wasn't here, I would just, this comes out, you just pop it up, and then you can grab it with your other hand. So then what I would do is I would just grab the new food that I just made, and I would just put it in the container. And
Perfect.
Then you don't have to like watch him eat. He'll do it by himself, typically at night. So then you'll take the spray bottle like you had before, and you'll check right here on the right front corner. There's going to be a dish with water in it, and you would do the same thing like you did with Orin, and you would just, it's okay if it spills, you just add more water. And then last thing you do is you just, so if I weren't here for a long time, you would heavily mist it, so you like really get the sides.
So you don't miss the lizard.
You do.
Oh.
You don't mist him, you don't like spray it on him.
Oh.
But like you'll get the ground really well. You'll see like little pieces of sphagnum moss coming up, that's fine. And then you kind of just spray around him. I go lighter, and he'll lick that moisture off of the leaves. And see, he's going for it now. And then you'll spray the other side. Get it really good. Spray the corners by the bark, under the bark. So it's, the sides are like dripping, like in the rainforest. Like it might have just rained. You'll see like the leaves over here are dripping off the tips of them. And then if you want to, now you can hold him before you do the rest of the misting. So the way you hold him, so sometimes he'll be here, sometimes, a lot of times he's right here. He'll be under here in these leaves. And so you just kind of pick him up like right here. And then you kind of just wean him out. You don't want to like pull him out because his tail could fall off.
Hi, little
But then this is Helios. He's very sweet. He doesn't jump very much.
But he can jump.
He can jump, and he might.
What do you do if he jumps?
If he jumps and you can't catch him, just kind of let him go, because if you try to grab him and you grab his tail, he'll drop it, and then that'll be 2 injuries. So if he were to jump right now and I didn't know it was coming, I would kind of just let him go, because he'll probably hit one of these. If you do want to handle him, I would say handling him either like definitely with one hand out, so if he does jump, you are that much more safe to catch him or handle him on the bed. So if he jumps, it's not going to fall straight down.
Or by his cage, maybe.
Yeah, or by his cage right here, so if he jumps, he'll go in there. But he likes to be pet. One thing I would say don't do with him, because he has bitten in the past, is keep booping him like that. He does not like that, and he'll bite you.
Aww.
But, yeah, their tails are sensitive, but they're not as sensitive as a lot of people think. Like, they just kind of wrap around your finger, and, like, you can not pick them up by it, but, you know, they kind of just go with it, so. But he's pretty chill. He doesn't, a lot of crested geckos will, like, go back into their cage, like, they love it, but he typically will just, like, turn around and be like, no, I'm not going. He might want to go now. But he'll just stare at the leaf. So if you have to get him off, you just kind of like go like this. He likes the easy way. He likes to just go on to it. And then he'll kind of just do his thing. And then before you leave, the last thing you do for him is you'll spray this one. You just go like that. Close it, just so it doesn't drip on the floor. 2 or 3. Close it again. And then make sure they're like in, and then lock it. And then just look up here and make sure that the temperature isn't above 80 or below 60. And if it is, I mean, like, I don't know, that's bad, but he'll be fine.
So you want the temperature between...
Between like 60 and 80.
Okay.
Room temperature, so I'll probably keep my fan on because it gets hot in here.
Okay.
So...